So here we are, another edition of this old guitar. Just a quick update. I have had a chance to work with it during the week, and I have to work for a little bit here and there. And it's Saturday, so I've been out here uh, fooling around with it. And yeah, let me show where we're at. The patch here, smooth as butter. I think that's going to look real nice with some paint on it. And our original neck heel crack. You can see I got the big screw back in there. Found out, trying to get the neck set up, that well, I just needed it. It pulled the neck together as I glued up. I still got a little bit of rise. See if we can get on it here. Up under there, you can see. Actually, that needs to come down. The neck has a bit of a bow up right there at that point. Looks like about 25 thousandths or so, and I will end up with a little shim under there, but it's going to be very small. Fit up was really good. Was happy with all that. The way everything come together here, it's real nice and sturdy. I got my, let's see, I should plan this out better when I want to make a video, but I'm not really a video guy. But anyway, of course I did this the whole time. I got some marks on. I got the black marks there were my initial kind of rough setup. Those two there were the sides of the neck when I first started. That was what I was shooting for right there in the middle, and that other black dot's where I started at. And if you look real close, I ended up just a whisker off. I mean, like a less than a 64th from where I was shooting for. But I had messed with my neck joint so much that it was starting to loosen up. When I first got finished with it, when I put the dovetail together, I'd hit it with a clamp across here, and boy, that thing would squeak. And it was tight. It didn't rock. It didn't move. You could pick the guitar up by the neck, and it wasn't even glued up yet. But my angle was a little bit off here that I was showing you, so that was driving me nuts. And I fiddled with it. When I finally got it down, got that where I wanted it, then we started looking at the angle this way. I'm sorry about waving the camera around. That's terrible. But of course, this angle was the next thing to become important. I ended up with about 7/8 down here for the bridge, and the number I was shooting for was 7/8 to 1 inch. With the adjustable bridge and the tailpiece, the way it's made on this guitar, it really got some wiggle room there. But anyway, the neck's glued up, dried. The neck joint, anyway, like I said, I got to do that fretboard extension, and I'm going to clamp it down just a little bit and hopefully take some of that out without losing my height down here at the bridge. Today I kind of got a little sidetracked trying to shine the old gal up a little bit. I really hadn't thought about that much. I mean, it looked so bad in the videos that I looked at, that I previewed. I don't know if you can see it. Let me open this door here a little bit, and you can see, I've done quite a bit of rubbing on this area right down through here, and it's really coming out nice, but it's a lot of elbow grease. But I think it's going to look presentable. It's not beautiful. This dull area here I used some of this Formby's buffing cream for furniture facelift. I just happened to see that in a junk store, basically one of those stores like Big Lots or whatever that sells stuff at reduced prices, you know, closeout stuff and things. It's like super cheap or something's the name of it. But anyway, I tried the lighter fluid trick, and that does clean it up. I mean, I've wiped this whole front down with the lighter fluid, but you know, it is what it is. It makes it look a lot better. It doesn't take any water spots or whatever that is off. This stuff here, boy, right there, you can see exactly where I stopped at. I mean, but that was quite a little bit of rubbing. But anyway, I'm going to take the time when I get finished to do all the rest of that. And I realized once I got started a little bit and was making some progress that, you know, there's some chips in the paint here that I probably should go ahead and touch up before I do this polishing, so that it maybe will help blend that a little bit. So anyway, that's where that's at. I need two hands. Two more hands. The best product that I was using, that what I really got satisfied with there on the finish was, believe it or not, turtle wax rubbing compound. For cars, that's really where that shine's coming from, you know. Lighter fluid, and does pretty good. And maybe, you know, with more elbow grease, that would do as good as this. But that certainly was easier. So anyway, we got, let me go back to the tripod here so I ain't waving the camera all over the place like an idiot. We got the action here to be worried about. The neck's got a little bit of a forward bow in it, and the truss rod's relieved. I think I mentioned that before. Right now, so I think we'll be good there. And once I get it strung up, we'll bring the tension back and see if we can't get this down. I got me a file earlier today, and I'm going to use some wood. I'm going to glue this to a piece of wood to dress my frets with, and I'm not going to try to replace any frets. I've never done that before, and I'm not really scared of doing it. But on the other hand, you know, I don't want a bunch of chip out, and you know, I can see heat and water and all that kind of stuff. And I saw a video where they just took a little clamp and clamp the fret ends back down. It was the same situation I'm running into here. There's a little gap under that edge of that fret, and there's several of them that aren't down tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make me a little caul for the back to fit this. I'm going to clamp this up on, and put a little CA glue on the ends of the ones that are proud, and then I'm going to dress down the edges with the file and the face with the file and do the fret leveling. Of course, I need to get this little rise out of here. That needs to be something like that, just so I don't end up filing these frets down to nothing. But yeah, real happy with the neck joint, and going to press on to the fretboard. I think I mentioned I got some deer antler. I'm going to try and make my own nut. I've never done that before. I'm going to stick with the bridge that I have for now, the one that was on it. I'm just about positive it's not original, but it actually fits pretty nicely. and it's not a seriously crappy one, so it should be fine. Maybe later might jazz it up a little bit. Um, really can't think a whole lot more I want to do to it, aside from finding a proper, maybe not exactly correct pickup, but a pickup similar to what it had. Gonna get some volume and tone pots on here and a jack back in it, and make it electric again. And it's just me, but these tuners without the ferrules. Aside from that, just looking inexpensive, which of course this guitar is. Mechanically, it doesn't seem right to me, so I think I'm going to buy a set of ferrules and drop some in here when I clean up this head stuff. The back of the neck's not too bad. Got a few little chips and stuff here and there, but it's honest knock around marks, and I think it'll be just fine. I'll need to make me a little truss rod cover. This guitar originally had a white pick guard. This guitar originally had a white pick guard. I don't think I'm going to go back on with that. I think I'm going to make one out of plexiglass and just do something very similar shape to what came on it. You can see the hole still here for the little L bracket that came up over the top, and it just kind of tapered back around here by the bridge. Just pretty much covered this area, but it was kind of nice looking, but white just didn't look right on the tobacco burst finish to me, so I'm not going to go back with that. And that's probably one of the first things that came off of the guitar when it was new. So anyway, just a quick update. That's where we're at, and I'll see you guys next time when we hopefully make a bunch more progress. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later.